but I will just reminisce about a couple of things. One thing is this particular class I am seeing for the first time. Because although I taught you throughout the second year, I taught you in the online way. That was the last online batch perhaps. And we hope that it is the last online batch at all. We don't have to teach online again. So perhaps except for my students who did project under me from your batch, or those who are evaluated as part of the BTech project evaluation, and some of you who interacted with me otherwise, very few of them, most of the faces are quite new for me. But that is right, because during the online times, your videos were off and my video was also off. And my video off did not matter because you came to the department and you knew basically who I was. But I couldn't recognize you when you were perhaps roaming around the department. That is in a way basically that was bad. So we can't help it. The second thing is this nature of the farewell that we are having. So I was just discussing yesterday with some of your batchmates. I mean, just let's say in our times when we passed from the 90s basically, the farewell used to be basically start at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. And the students will join teachers and all of them will be together till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I still remember when we were in third year, we gave farewell to our seniors. We were there till 11:30 or so. And all our teachers were also with us. Then there came time, basically last 10-15 years, continuously it was happening that okay, it was still in the evening, 6:30, 7 o'clock. All the teachers who used to join at 6:37. And basically after that, we would give these speeches like we are giving right now. And then we would have dinner. Other students will urge us to have dinner first, and please leave also. And then they can do their own stuff after that. Now perhaps basically since last year this new pattern has started that we are having this teacher ka talks jo hai, let's do it basically in the daytime, and perhaps in the evening basically you only do your own program. So perhaps it is for mutual convenience, I don't know. But it started from last year. And your seniors basically perhaps were so smart that they told you that this is how it was done traditionally. That is what I heard the word traditionally, it is done like that only. That is not the case. That was not traditional. This started just last year. So that is again one of the other impacts that COVID had. So after COVID something had changed. So this is also changed. So anyway, and we can't help that as well, but it is good. At least you are here so we can interact with you. I think the changes that this AI is bringing outside, this Kurekarsan talked about. I will talk about one more thing, the expectations part of it. I think your mentor batch, which passed out in 2022, you would have known from them that most of them had more than one job in their hands. Some of them I knew for sure, they had 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, and every job was basically having this higher salary. That age is over, that time is over. That particular batch had their own luck, I would say. They were not here for most of their third year and something like that. Still, such things happen. But now situation has changed. This situation keeps on changing regularly, as Ravindra mentioned. 2-3 times at least this has happened. So this situation has changed. Now we can't basically do all the things that your seniors were doing. Basically now things are, perhaps they are also doing things differently now. Because if you see, Microsoft has fired, Google has fired, almost all companies are firing people. And who knows, basically if you don't perform well, basically then in that case some of your seniors basically might also face the brunt. We hope that they should not. But essentially it's all about basically whether you give your 100% or not and you do proper performance. That is number one. So you should be, so sincerity is the most important part. And perhaps some of you, if you were insincere within the department while completing the assignment or otherwise, that will be judged very harshly basically outside because people will be watching you, the managers will be watching you and they will be evaluating you. And every quarter, every 6 months, every 1 year you will get a feedback. And otherwise basically they will say that these are the performances by all of the people in your department. And then those who don't perform well, they will be thrown outside. And this I am not talking as someone basically who is academician for lifetime, which I was not basically. So some of us, myself, Kurekarsan, Mokharasa, we were in industry for quite some time. And then we came to the academy. So we know that this is the harsh life outside. And other we were managers who had to manage people and perhaps take some unpleasant decisions sometimes. So this does happen. So first you should be on your toes. You should be sincere in whatever work you do. The thing that which happened today, for example, the official time which was announced for this program was 11 o'clock. Kurekarsan said that because of some other program we want to prepone it to 10:30. started at 11:30 onwards. So this is fine. That is what Sabha mentioned. This is fine within the institute. We can consider. This is not allowed outside when you go for the jobs and in the working place. The second part of that is the technical part. On the technical side, if ChatGPT is there, the obvious question is what you are going to do. And if you are already, maybe I don't know, basically your assignments in third year and earlier, how many of them you did with ChatGPT, we don't know, or GenAI. If you have done that, then you ask yourself just one question, that if you have generated the assignment through GenAI, which anyone else can also do, then why you will be paid by the company in the working place? Okay, and unless you get the answer, proper answer for that, imagine that your job is in danger. So the only way you can beat GenAI or ChatGPT is that what they cannot do, what it cannot do. Sometimes it creates an inconsistent code. So you need to figure out that what are the errors or what are the bugs in the code and you have to correct that. But to correct the bugs, you need to be much better programmer than writing normal program. Because not only you have to write program, but you have to correct the bugs over there. So this skill is something, if it is missing, that you need to be. The third part is basically on the personal front. And perhaps this I keep on telling basically every batch. After some time, maybe after 5 years, after 2 years or 3 years, the life becomes monotonous. And then every day out, basically you need to get up, go to the office, do the work, come back, and again basically go to sleep and keep on doing it. On the weekends, go somewhere, enjoy, come back. This will keep on happening. After some time, you will get married, and some more responsibilities will start coming. In such case, basically there are two things which you will neglect. One is your health. So firstly, exercise is kind of must. If you have not been doing exercise till now, after you join workplace, you will be required to do the exercise. If not, you will face lot of health problems. You will see in people in 30s, late 20s, early 30s in the industry, you will see around that they are facing either back problems or some other issues or something like that, or acidity problems and things like that. So only way is basically doing some exercises regularly. And second thing perhaps is hobby, because you will get bored throughout the monotonous life. So you require some hobby, either reading, music, whatever is there for you. So you require that hobby, spend some time every day, at least every week sometime, and then basically get refreshed every next week. Because they say that Monday blues, basically you might have heard that phrase. That is because basically after the weekend, it is so boring to go to the workplace again. And that typically happens in most of the corporate world. And plus in corporate world, there will be a lot of other things happening, a lot of politics and things like that. Even if you don't do the politics, you should be able to understand the politics. So at least know that what is happening in this life. And mainly what is happening overall, how the world is moving and how technology is moving and everything, that you have to keep your eyes and ears open. So these are some of the pieces of advice that perhaps I can give as your senior, not only as a teacher but also as your senior. If you follow that is well and fine. If you don't follow it, perhaps you will, at some point if you face problems, you will realize that this is something which is required to be done. If you go to counselors that time, they will tell you perhaps similar things also. So anyway, I wish you all the best basically for your future endeavors. Hope that some of you might do post-graduation also, may not be immediately, maybe after 2 years, 3 years, you join somewhere, either in India or abroad, and try to learn something more. And that is important not because you get an extra degree, but to broaden your perspective. And for that is second level learning is required. Don't ask the questions like, after you do masters, will you get the same job at the same salary or higher salary? That no one can answer. Because again you have to appear for the interviews and everything else. But the reason that you do masters is not that. It is mainly to broaden your horizon, broaden your expertise, and so that you can handle the same problem in a better way, in a more efficient way. Having said that, let me wish you all the best again. And you can keep in touch with the department. And perhaps at some point in time, from department I will gather some alumnus data when you come for your convocation, otherwise also. So maybe you can remain in touch with the department. When you come to Nagpur, you can meet us and things like that. Okay? So all the best. Thank you.